the airport today. It is 4:30 in the morning. I've been here since 3 in the morning. I'm super excited for this journey. I just kind of want to get it over with. I'm also very anxious and nervous because this is the first time in a while I've flown without Poseidon, so it's definitely nerve-wracking. But I got some food, I have some water, I have at least some snacks to pass until I get to Dallas, which is my first stop. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to Memphis. My layover in Dallas. Currently right now I have about an hour before we start boarding for my next flight, so I decided to grab some food. I grabbed some McDonald's, something quick, easy to quickly eat, but so far I'm excited. This is my last layover. I'm almost there. I can't wait. I don't know if it's like maybe here or today, but today I noticed a lot of like dogs or animals and carriers. Like there was at least 3 of people in the flight that I was on last time that were going to go pick up puppies or cats from breeders. So I wonder if that today is just if that's just a coincidence, or this just happens all the time and I've just never noticed, or maybe today is just like pick up your next family vet day. I don't know. Okay, now this is my last flight, so I'm headed to Memphis now. I was able to pre-board on this flight as well. I try to pre-board on all my flights mainly because it gives me the extra time to be able to sit down. Usually when I'm traveling with a service dog, it gives me the time to be able to get Poseidon situated in his spot, get all of my things without feeling like I'm in a rush because of people. But today, since I'm flying without a service dog, I have my old lady cane, so it gives me the opportunity to put my stuff up and be able to get situated in my spot. So definitely recommend for those of you that have disability and need the extra time to definitely recommend getting pre-boarded onto the flight. We're just waiting for everybody to finish boarding, and then we'll be on our way. The flight is about like an hour, almost 2. We get there around 3 p.m. The Memphis time zone. Headed to Memphis. The breeder's already on her way to the airport, so she has somebody else that she's going to be meeting there. But I'm so excited. We're one step closer to having my little triple baby. needed to meet up. I have my little surprise in there. I'll get you more videos once I get situated. Right now I'm just waiting for the Lyft driver to get here so I can head to the airport. Sorry, to the hotel, since I will be spending the night and then flying out early tomorrow morning. But that will give me and my little bundle of joy some extra time to get to know one another. And so far I am absolutely in love, but I will tell you more when I get to the hotel. What are you doing? You're doing a win. Triton, what are you looking for? Okay. So we made it to our hotel. I was planning originally to stay in the USO, since military families and personnel can stay in the USO. But I didn't realize that Memphis airport did not have a USO. So it was either stay in the airport for the night or get a hotel room. And I just decided, hotel room's gonna be great because then, he can sprawl out, have space to stretch his legs. I can get some sleep and shower and all that for our trip tomorrow. So we went ahead, got a hotel room. We were originally gonna go to this one hotel, but it didn't have a shuttle service, and the Ubers and Lyfts here they were very hard to get. So I ended up finding a slightly more expensive hotel that did have a shuttle service. So I went ahead and got that, decided to just splurge on the money for it because that way I had a reliable way to get to the airport tomorrow. But right now I let him stretch his legs. He was kind of getting antsy at the end once we got to the hotel because he really wanted to get out of this carrier. The carrier is kind of small for him. He's able to lay down perfectly fine, but it's still relatively small. Sorry, my hands are shaking up. But so then stretched his legs. I gave him some food because it was his dinner time. He ate food, drank water, went poop, pee. He did some on the potty pads, some not, but I managed to get it all cleaned up. And then now I tried to get him to sleep in his carrier. For some reason, he refused to go back in it. I don't blame him, but he did not want to sleep in this carrier. For a little bit, he was struggling to fall asleep. You could tell he was really tired. So he was getting comfy in the bed, but kept, moving around and kept whining, and not getting comfortable. So finally, I put him down. He pooped again, peed, and then now I have him on the floor sleeping in a weird spot. Like, that is the spot he decided he's going to sleep at, and he's been so deep asleep, which is completely fine because it gives me the opportunity to be able to get some food. I ordered some pizza, got some food in me, was able to watch a couple of shows. I got some pictures I need to edit, and then in a little bit I'm gonna head to sleep and gotta wake up early tomorrow, shower, get ready for the airport, and then we're gotta be back at the airport for our flight tomorrow. We are getting ready to head to the airport. I kind of woke up a little later than I planned on it. I was supposed to catch the 4:30 shuttle. My alarm went off at 3:30. I turned it off, then woke up at 4:12. But I needed a shower and stuff, so I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm making that shuttle. Good things there's one at 5:30. I'm hoping it's not cutting it too close, as I do have to check Triton in. But right now I have everything packed. I have everything to go. It's currently 5:04 in the morning. My flight isn't until 7. So we're hoping everything goes smoothly. But yeah. Someone's a little grumpy pants this morning because I gave him some water, but I don't plan on giving him some food yet, as we have a long day ahead of us, and I want to minimize the amount of pooping he goes in the carrier, as I miscalculated and didn't bring enough puppy pads. He went through like 7 of them last night. So yeah, trying to let him enjoy as much freedom right now as he can before I put him back in the carrier. He was sleeping for a good portion outside of the carrier last night, and then around the last 2-3 hours I put him in the carrier because this one woke up from sleeping and decided to want to play, but I needed to sleep. So, and somehow Mr. Smarty Pants over here managed to flip the carrier upside down. So yeah, and yet still found it comfortable. Hi, so this is Andrea from the future, and I mean very into the future. As you can tell, I have a Christmas tree, and this was filmed in March of 2022. And I look a bit different, probably because it's been that long. I'm just hopping in here to kind of explain a couple of details that I realized I didn't film and would make sense for the video so that you could understand what happened. After I left the hotel, I did in fact make it in time to catch my flight at the airport while I checked in Triton. I was very scared I wasn't gonna make it for my flight, because by the time I got to the airport, I had about like an hour, maybe less, until I reached for my flight time, and there was a really long line at the check-in counter. So I was really worried that it was gonna take me forever to be able to get through the line. But I made it with like 30 minutes to spare to get Triton all checked in and everything. Another concern was that Triton was a little bit heavier than I anticipated. So I was a little bit worried that they weren't gonna count him as big enough to be able to fit under the seat in front of me. But they did in fact let me through. And so we had to quickly rush. Another thing is I had a carry-on item, and in this carry-on item there was I had put some of my medication, and I had also put some of his puppy pads in there. And so it was a carry-on item, but because of now having Triton with me, plus a bag the breeder had given me, breeder is Alexie from 3 Lakes Labs, that was now included as another item. And what I didn't know at the time was, I did and I didn't. What I didn't know at the time was that they're not supposed to be checking medical bags, what they consider medical bags, which are any bags that hold any kind of medical equipment, such as medication and everything, which I did have in my carry-on bag. But what they ended up doing was checking that bag, and even though I did state that there was medical items inside of it. So what this ended up doing was I didn't have some things like food for Triton, because that was all in there, along with some of my medication, some of puppy pads and stuff. What this ended up doing was, when I landed in Charlotte, North Carolina, I didn't realize that I had almost 4 hours of a layover, and Triton was getting really antsy. He was barking in the carrier. Like I said, he did not like being in there. He was just way too big for that carrier. So I let him stretch his legs, but I didn't have any food to give him because that was all in the checked-in bag. I also didn't have any medication. I also didn't know what to do because this was my first puppy that I was flying anywhere with. So thankfully, Charlotte, North Carolina is the home to the other person that was there to pick up one of Triton's siblings when I went to go pick him up. Triton is the name of the puppy, by the way. The puppy that they got is a female black lab. She is Triton's sister. Her name is Cinder. She is also in training for service work. And she's owned by Limitless Freedom Dogs. That's the program that Linsey is owner of. And Cinder will then be placed with a family who needs a service dog later on once she completes training. So Linsey is actually from Charlotte, and when I posted on Instagram that I was struggling because I was stuck and I didn't have any medication or anything on me, she messaged me. Since she had arrived earlier, she left that same day, and I left the day after. She messaged me and actually met up with me at the airport and was able to bring me some items since we had the same puppy and everything. So she brought me some items, and since she has flown with puppies before, she also brought me some things that actually helped calm Triton down for the rest of our flights. So what you'll see here is she requested someone to get me a wheelchair since I was struggling to carry a really heavy dog. Because like I said, Triton was a lot heavier than I was anticipating. And so I had to carry his carrier from one end to the airport to another. And since I didn't have my carry-on luggage anymore, that was a wheeled luggage, I was using that as to put him on top of, so I wasn't physically carrying, and I had my cane on me. And since I also have really bad hip problems because of my injury, carrying a 20-plus pound dog from one end to the airport was something that was extremely painful for me. So when she came and brought me some stuff, she requested a wheelchair service to take me from the gate to the entrance of the airport. I had to go through security so that she could hand me the items, and then the same wheelchair service brought me back through security and all the way to my gate without me having to carry Triton from one end to the other, because I also couldn't just leave my stuff at the gate. So that's kind of what this is. This is a big shout out also to the breeder and Linsey for being amazing people and helping me out with this whole process of bringing Triton home.
Please let us know.
had a bunch of our stuff, so I had to figure out, okay, what can I leave and what not, and I got as much as I could, but there's still some stuff like a leash or something like that that I needed that I didn't end up being able to grab. But yeah, I'm super grateful for Linsey for coming out and moving that stuff for me. No, they're sniffing their butts because that's how they get to know each other. No. Really?